Hello there, very good evening and welcome to the news at 6 where we get you the day's top developing stories. Let's start with the headlines. Air quality sees a marginal improvement in Delhi as the Met Department forecasts light showers. Delhi Chief Minister Kejriwal meets Haryana Chief Minister Khattar to discuss ways to avoid the smog crisis next winter. Eating out and home delivery from restaurants get cheaper from today. New GST rates for at least 178 items also come into effect from Wednesday after taxes were slashed from 28% to 18%. India needs to focus on agriculture, the bedrock on which the economy is built, says Vice President Venkaiah Naidu. Urges industry and farmers to adopt technology for sustainable growth while inaugurating the Andhra Pradesh AgTech Summit 2017. And political uncertainty looms across Zimbabwe. Army takes control of the state broadcaster and blocks offices and claims 93-year-old President Mugabe and his wife are safe. Military action follows shock sacking of the popular vice president seen as Mugabe's successor. Top story this evening, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal met his Haryana counterpart today, where both the leaders sketched a roadmap on tackling the ongoing air pollution issue in Delhi NCR and the neighbouring states. Both leaders also agreed upon the need for action on many measures aimed at preventing its reoccurrence in the winter of 2018. Meanwhile, the air quality remained in the very poor category on Wednesday.
Ministers of Delhi and Haryana pledged to take all necessary action to keep air pollution and smog under check in the national capital region. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal met his Haryana counterpart Manohar Lal Khattar in Chandigarh to discuss air pollution and the issue of stubble burning that is a major contributing factor.
कोई भी कदम उठाने की अगर जरूरत है, हम वो सभी कदम उठाने के लिए तैयार हैं और ये एक इंडिकेशन हमारी पूरी गवर्नमेंट्स को है, दोनों राज्यों की गवर्नमेंट्स को, कि वो इसको प्रदूषण के मामले को गंभीरता से इसके ऊपर कदम उठाएं।
भले ही अपनी अपनी स्टेट्स में हम सब कंसर्न हैं, लेकिन दिल्ली एक ऐसा क्षेत्र है जिसके ऊपर हम सब यानी कंसर्न उससे हैं कि दिल्ली देश की राजधानी है, तो इस नाते से स्मोग वहां न हो, इसका प्रयत्न हम सब मिलकर के करेंगे।
The practice of burning crop residue by farmers of the two states of Punjab and Haryana has been blamed for the toxic smog enveloping the entire Delhi NCR every winter. The levels of poisonous airborne particles known as PM 2.5 have been off the charts in Delhi, often crossing 500.
As far as the visibility condition is concerned, we are observing some improvement in the visibility. That is mainly due to the passage of some western disturbance which has caused in the change in wind direction as well as speed.
सुबह मौसम क्लियर था, पर शाम को एकदम से इतनी स्मॉग या धुंध हो गई है कि अभी गले में खराश और आंखों में जलन काफी महसूस हो रही है और विजिबिलिटी भी बहुत कम है।
ये 5 बजे एकदम स्मोक आई है, धुंध नहीं आई है, इससे आंखें बड़ी जल रही हैं, आंखें भी नहीं खुल रही हैं, सांस लेनी बहुत मुश्किल हुई है।
Earlier, Delhi's Transport Minister Kailash Gehlot urged Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal to reconsider the hiking and parking charges initiated as an attempt to tackle the alarming pollution levels, claiming that the move was proving to be counterproductive. The step was aimed at discouraging people from using personal vehicles and opt for public transport. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
While we keep an eye on the developing situation there, eating out and home delivery from restaurants has become cheaper from today as the new GST rates become applicable. As per the new rates, taxes on restaurants, irrespective of AC or non-AC, has been slashed to 5% from the earlier 18%. A total of 178 items also become cheaper from today that include products like chocolates, toothpaste, shampoos and shaving creams. The rate cut was announced after the 23rd GST Council meet in Guwahati by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley last Friday. In the biggest GST rejig, the GST Council pruned tax rates of 178 items from the highest tax slab of 28%. The rate on 13 other items were lowered from 18 to 12, on 6 items from 18 to 5%, 8 items from 12 to 5%, and 6 items from 5 to the zero tax slab. The National Green Tribunal rapped the Amarnath Shrine Board on Wednesday for not providing proper infrastructural facilities to pilgrims travelling to the cave shrine. Taking strong exception over non-compliance of the directions issued by the Supreme Court in 2012, the Green Panel asked the board what steps it has taken in all these years. NGT chairperson Justice Swatantra Kumar questioned the board as to why there are no proper facilities for toilets on the path leading to the shrine. He said it is unfair to have allowed commercial activities instead of providing basic infrastructural facilities to pilgrims. The tribunal ordered setting up of a committee of experts headed by Additional Secretary of Ministry of Environment and Forests to submit an action plan on providing facilities to the pilgrims. It also directed the Amarnath Board to submit a status report by the first week of December on the compliance of the directions issued by the Apex Court in 2012. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu inaugurated the Andhra Pradesh AgTech Summit 2017 in Visakhapatnam on Wednesday. Addressing the summit, the Vice President said that technology is the solution to most of the problems in the field of agriculture.
Agriculture plays a major role in strengthening the economy of the country, and we have to turn to technology to make not just the sector but also farmers flourish. Addressing the Andhra Pradesh AgTech Summit 2017 event, the Vice President Venkaiah Naidu said that the government's target to double the income of farmers by 2022 can be achieved only by adopting new technology.
We have to innovate. We have to work with farmers to infuse knowledge and technology. We must use technology to enhance productivity and see the economic benefits of increased production reach all the farmers. Workforce in agriculture sector is declining at the rate of approximately 2% every year.
The Vice President also stressed on the need to make technology available to the farmers. He said that farmers can enhance production and income by using techniques like soil testing, better seeds, weather forecasting, etc. Vice President Naidu urged farmers to adopt agriculture-based businesses like fisheries, dairy and forestry.
Technology can enable farmers to know the health of the soil. Technology can enable the farmer to know the price of the producers. Technology can also be useful for the person for transforming information and knowledge to the farmers. Because of poor access to irrigation and improved technology, we have to focus more on investing on infrastructure.
Focusing on food security, the Vice President said that there is a need to ensure it for the growing population of the country to rid the nation of malnutrition and hunger. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu also addressed the gathering. The three-day Agriculture Technology Summit is being organized by Andhra Pradesh government along with CII and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Several startup founders and technology experts are participating in the summit too. They will discuss innovative ideas, technologies and global best practices to push agricultural transformation in the state.
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has suggested that the problems of agrarian sector can be wiped out with the help of technology. He appreciated the efforts of the Andhra Pradesh government and also said the convergence of technology with farming can not only attract the younger generation but also improve the income of the farmers. In Visakhapatnam, with cameraman Manoj, this is Ravindra Singh Shoran for Rajya Sabha TV.
Meanwhile, President Ram Nath Kovind attended the 17th Foundation Day celebrations in the state of Jharkhand on Wednesday. On the occasion, the president paid tribute to the state's heroes, including tribal leader Birsa Munda, whose birth anniversary is celebrated as the state's Foundation Day. He also inaugurated several welfare and developmental projects in the state. Addressing the event, the president expressed happiness that Jharkhand was performing well and had the second highest growth rate among states. In the field of labor reforms, Jharkhand had topped the list for the past 2 years. In other news, Pakistan violated ceasefire yet again in Jammu and Kashmir this morning. Pakistani troops opened fire and shelled areas along the line of control in Poonch sector along the LOC using small arms, automatics and mortars. The Pakistani firing was met with heavy retaliation from the Indian Army. Just 2 weeks back, on the 2nd November, Pakistani Rangers fired at a BSF patrol in Samba sector, resulting in the death of BSF Constable Tapan Mondol. Japan will simplify its visa rules from the 1st of January next year for Indians applying for multiple entry visa for short-term stay. This move is expected to benefit tourists and business persons as well as repeat visitors. The relaxed visa regime will not only have simplification of visa application documents, but also expansion of scope of eligible applicants. Under the simplification rules, the applicant's employment certificate and explanation letter stating the reason will be exempted in cases of multiple entry visas. Multiple entry visas with a validity of 5 years maximum and stay of 90 days maximum will be issued to applicants who have traveled records to Japan twice or more in the last 1 year. With a look at what else made news across the country today in Nationwide. Kerala Transport Minister Thomas Chandi today resigned over allegations of land encroachment. The resignation comes a day after Kerala High Court dismissed Chandi's petition challenging a report of the Alappuzha district collector on alleged encroachments by a company in which he has stake. He is the third minister to exit the Pinarayi Vijayan cabinet since the left-led government came into power last year. The business days for the mega trade fair has started from today at the national capital. The fair is being organized by the India Trade Promotion Organization under the Commerce Ministry. The fair will be open to public from the 18th of November. Works of artisans belonging to minority communities and Tihar jail inmates are on display at the 4th edition of the centre's Hunar Haat, which was inaugurated by Union Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi. Assam Chief Minister Sarbanand Sonowal has said that the state government is in touch with the centre for opening consulates of 10 ASEAN countries. He said that the consulates would facilitate connectivity with those countries from the city. He further added that a good network of connectivity between Assam and other ASEAN countries would open up new doors of business between Southeast Asian nations and the northeastern states of India. With a quick break here, up next we'll get you the top international stories and also sports news.
Your severing the ties with Trinamool Congress is almost like a child getting separated from its umbilical cord.
Regarding party line, I have got a difference with the Trinamool Congress and imposition of dynasty rule.
But when you were always walking by the side of Mamata Banerjee, were you not in a position to convince her that, look, your party doesn't need to shift stance?
She doesn't believe to talk to others. She takes her decision alone.
By allowing Mr. Mukul Roy to join BJP, the party somewhere will have to surrender its anti-corruption plank.
I have never been accused. Law will take its own course.
Why did the master strategist of Trinamool Congress join BJP? Watch To The Point with Mukul Roy, only on Rajya Sabha television.
Taking its name from the abundance of simul or red silk cotton trees that bloom vividly here, the Simlipal National Park is home to 3 of India's biggest animal species: tiger, Asiatic elephant and gaur. Spread over a sprawling area of 2,750 square kilometers, set on a wide expanse of sal forest, this park is nestled in the very center of Mayurbhanj in Odisha. It is one of the most breathtaking nature reserves in India, with forests, grassy meadows and some beautiful waterfalls like Joranda and Barehi Pani. It is also home to an astounding 1,078 species of plants, including 94 species of orchids.
Welcome back. Let's get you the top international story. And political turmoil escalated in Zimbabwe on Wednesday, with government sources claiming that Finance Minister Ignatius Chombo has been detained. Chombo is a leader in the G40 faction of the ruling ZANU-PF party, led by President Mugabe's wife, Grace. His detention came hours after the military took control over government offices and the state broadcaster and put 93-year-old Mugabe and his wife under house arrest. Here are more details. A short military broadcast on national television adding more uncertainty in Zimbabwe. The spokesperson for the military asked citizens to remain calm and assured things would be back to normal after the military completed its mission.
Are only targeting criminals around him who are committing crimes that are causing social and economic suffering in the country in order to bring them to justice. As soon as we have accomplished our mission, we expect that the situation will return to normalcy.
The military has refused to call this a coup, but political parties and observers claim this is one and worry that Mugabe's future is in the hands of the military. Since Tuesday night, the streets of Harare have been quiet with just military presence and few people on the roads.
To both our people and the world beyond our borders, we wish to make it abundantly clear that this is not a military takeover of government. What the Zimbabwe Defense Forces is doing is to pacify a degenerating political, social, and economic situation in our country, which, if not addressed, may result in a violent conflict. We call upon all the war veterans to play a positive role in ensuring peace, stability, and unity in the country.
The sudden appearance of soldiers in Harare comes amid rising political tensions after Mugabe's shock sacking of his deputy, the powerful Vice President Emmerson Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa had previously been considered most likely to succeed Mugabe if the president stepped down or died in office. His sudden dismissal cleared the way for Mugabe to appoint his wife Grace to the position, prompting widespread discontent among former loyalist supporters. Against a background of increasing uncertainty, the United States, Canada and United Kingdom issued warnings to their citizens inside Zimbabwe. Bureau Report, Rajya TV. U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson says that levying sanctions against Myanmar over the Rohingya crisis is not advisable at this time. He also called for an independent investigation into credible reports that soldiers committed atrocities against the Muslim minority, after which individual sanctions could be appropriate. Tillerson's statement comes after a meeting with Myanmar's State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi and Army Chief in their capital city of Naypyidaw. On a one-day visit to Myanmar to discuss the Rohingya crisis, Tillerson said that the White House is concerned about the horrific reports of atrocities against the minority. Speaking at the joint press conference, Myanmar's State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi hit back at global criticism that she has been silent over the refugee crisis, saying she has instead focused on speeches that avoid inflaming sectarian tensions. Myanmar is facing global condemnation over the military crackdown on the Rohingyas. More than 600,000 Rohingyas have fled Myanmar since the military launched a counter-insurgency operation in northern Rakhine state in late August. And here are some more updates from across the world in Global Buzz. A rare 5.4 magnitude earthquake hit South Korea's southeastern part, which is considered the second most powerful quake on record. The quake, which was felt across much of the country, including the capital Seoul, struck at a depth of 9 kilometers near the southeastern industrial city of Pohang. However, there were no immediate reports of injuries. A senior Chinese diplomat will visit North Korea as a special envoy of Chinese President Xi Jinping, although it is not clear whether they will discuss North Korea's nuclear and ballistic programs. China has repeatedly pushed for a diplomatic solution to the crisis, but in recent months has had only limited high-level exchanges with North Korea. The official Xinhua news agency said that Dong Sao, who heads the ruling Communist Party's External Affairs Department, would be heading to North Korea. The Sarpal Zahab town of Kermanshah province of Iran has been declared the worst hit by the Iran-Iraq earthquake that struck the border region between Iran and Iraq on Sunday night. Most houses in the town were completely destroyed by the 7.3 magnitude earthquake. The total death toll has now crossed 445 and more than 7,000 people are injured. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani visited the quake-stricken areas in Kermanshah province on Tuesday and pledged to allocate a sizable fund for reconstruction of the buildings. A Singapore mass transit train collided with another at a station which injured 25 people. According to the transit operator, 23 passengers and 2 staff members suffered light to moderate injuries and were taken to hospital. The incident occurred when a faulty train stalled at Jukun station and a second train stopped behind it but moved forward unexpectedly. And finally, some updates from the world of sports in Sports Beat. Ace Indian shuttler Saina Nehwal started her China Open campaign on a winning note. She defeated American Zhang Beiyun 21-12, 21-13 to reach the women's singles pre-quarterfinals. Saina, who is the newly crowned national champion, is eyeing to win the tournament to enhance her chances of qualifying for the Dubai Super Series finals next month. She is currently 11th in the Dubai rankings and will have to break into the top 10 to qualify. India played out a 2-all draw against Myanmar in the return leg match of the AFC Asian Cup qualifying Group A match. For India, Sunil Chhetri and JJ Lalpeklua scored a goal, while for Myanmar, Yan Myang Oo and Koko Ko were among the scorers. India had beaten Myanmar 1-0 in the first leg in Yangon on March this year. With this draw, India are now on the top of the group with 13 points from 5 matches. Myanmar are placed second with 5 points from 4 matches. In tennis, Switzerland's Roger Federer entered the semi-finals of the ATP Finals in London. Federer defeated Germany's Alexander Zverev 7-6, 5-7, 6-1 in a 2-hour, 11-minute long game. This will be the 14th time that Federer has made it to the last 4 in 15 appearances. Federer's win ensured Marin Cilic elimination from the tournament. That's it on the news at 6. Thanks for joining us.